Let's find out the difference between antigen and antibody. As we know that these both terms are related to immunity. Antigens are those proteins which are capable of producing infection in our body by the medium of any pathogen. While the antibodies are also proteins, specifically we name them as immunoglobins. These are produced by our body to act against these antigens. Now, antigens are also known as the immunogens, while the antibody are also known as immunoglobins. If we are talking about the structure of antigens, then the antigens are variable and it depends on which type of pathogen is there. According to that only the structure of antigen is going to be there. Now, if we talk about the antibody, then mostly the antibodies are of Y-shaped. Another point here is that the antigen is non-self molecules. Mostly it is seen that the antigens are non-self molecules. Why? Because these are getting inside our body through any other organism. Sometimes it may be possible that in any autoimmune disease, our self cells can become antigen. They can act as antigen. At that time only, we can say that the antigen is self molecule, but mostly the antigen is non-self molecule. Now, antibody is the self molecule, that is, it is produced in our own body. That's why the term is self molecule. Apart from this, if we talk about the antigen structure, then it has epitope site, which bind with the antibody molecule. The interaction of antigen and antibody is specific, that only one type of antibody can attach with a single type of antigen only. There is a specific interaction between them. The antibodies have paratype, paratope sites which bind with the antigen molecules. Now, there are some types of antigens. These can be the exogenous, endogenous antigen, autoantigen, and neoantigens. While there are certain types of antibodies which include the four types, that is IgM, IgG, IgE, and IgA. Now let's have a look on the diagram here. In this one, we can see that a specific structure of antigen is going to be there. It depends on which type of pathogen is there. Like this one structure is different, this one is different, and this one is also different. Now there are some epitope sites present on the antigens through which the antibodies get attached to it. And that's how our immunity works. There is an interaction between antigens and antibody. Here we can see that a Y-shaped structure is there in antibodies, and in this one the light chain is there and variable regions are also there. Heavy chain is also there. So this is the basic difference between antigens and antibodies. Antigens get into our body by the means of any pathogens, and in response to that antigen protein, antibodies are produced in our body. That was the major difference between antigens and antibody.